dishes such as pizzas, quiches or tarts, you can often find in a regular oven that the base goes soggy, or alternatively, that you overcook the filling whilst trying to crisp up the base. When cooking with your NEFF oven and its unique Circotherm intensive setting, this isn't a problem. You will always get a lovely crisp base, and there's no need for the time-consuming process of blind baking. This lime and coconut meringue pie from your book makes a wonderfully light and refreshing dessert. You'll need some sweet short crust pastry, caster sugar. The caster sugar here is both for the meringue and for the filling. Need some butter cut into cubes, corn flour, this is to stabilise and thicken your filling. We've got the zest and juice of 3 limes and a lemon here, 3 large egg yolks, some desiccated coconuts, and obviously your whites from your eggs to make the meringue. You need to roll out your pastry. Lightly flour your work surface and just roll the pastry out until about 30 centimetres in diameter. It'll be about pound coin thickness. So as soon as you've reached the right size, you can line your tin. I've got my tart tin here. It's a fluted tart tin, and it's a dark metal one. This is really important because the dark metal absorbs the heat much better than a shiny one. I'm just going to use the rolling pin as a support for the pastry and just gently ease it into the tart case. And then with your fingers, just press it in. Just gently press round the inside, just make sure that your pastry is in contact with the edge of the tart tin. And then it's ready to pop in the fridge. We're going to chill it for about 10 minutes while we make the filling. To make your filling, you need to put everything except for the egg yolks and desiccated coconut into a saucepan over a high heat. You want to mix everything together and then bring to the boil and whisk until it forms a really thick, glossy mixture. I've already separated out half my sugar for the meringue. I'm just going to add the rest in here. Corn flour, this is going to be the thickening agent. Finally, you need to add 175 ml of water and then whisk it really well whilst boiling until it's lovely and thick, and then you'll need to set it aside to cool for about 5 minutes. Whilst the filling cools, you need to preheat the oven and the universal tray on shelf 1. We're using the Circotherm intensive function here. This means that the oven's going to heat up really quickly because of the continuously circulating hot air in the oven. Because we've got a really delicate meringue topping, but we still want to have a lovely crisp pastry base, this is a really great setting. The intensive boost of hot air from the bottom of the oven will crisp the pastry, while the Circotherm function will keep the topping moist. Now that the filling's cool, you can add the remaining ingredients. So in go the egg yolks and the desiccated coconut, and just give it a really good whisk around till it's all combined, and as soon as that's combined you can set it aside and get on with making the meringue. To make your meringues, you need to get your whites into a spotlessly clean bowl. So we're just going to whisk them to stiff peak before we add the sugar. You can see that the meringues are lovely and stiff, and we're just going to add the sugar a little bit at a time, whisking in between each addition, so you want to have a really glossy, thick meringue. We're now ready to fill the tart case. The tart's been chilling quite a while, so it's now really firm and cold, which is just what you want. We're just going to put in the lime mixture, scrape all of that in, make sure it's nice and smooth. It's brilliant because with the Circotherm intensive setting, you can actually cook all 3 stages of this dessert in one go. Just going to dollop that on, spread that around a bit, and then it's ready to go in the oven. Place your pie on the universal tray on the shelf 1, which will give it a good boost of bottom heat. And then you just want to turn down the oven to 160 degrees, Circotherm intensive, and then set the minute minder for 45 minutes. With any other oven, you'd have to blind bake your pastry case first, but with the Circotherm intensive feature, this isn't necessary. This is because the direct bottom heat cooks the pastry more intensively than the meringue topping. So once your pie has come out of the oven, you need to leave it to cool before you can take it out to serve it. So you can see that the pastry is lovely and golden and crisp, and the meringue is still very delicate, and the filling has been kept really nice and moist inside. Using Circotherm Intensive means you get a perfectly crisp base with an evenly cooked moist topping every time, without the need to blind bake.